Bella here. Welcome to a new video, and today I thought that we would rank the expansion packs for The Sims 4 from my least favorite to my most favorite expansion pack, and we have 6 so far. So yeah, this is just my opinion. You're allowed to disagree, and this is just my reasons for it too. But yeah, we have 6 expansion packs to rate, and I will be giving reasons for each. But yeah, let's get started. So at the bottom of my list, number 6, this is probably not a surprise, is Get to Work. And it's not like it's a bad expansion, but well, it was the first one and I've never really played it that much. I usually buy expansion packs and other packs primarily for the build and buy stuff because that's what I'm the most interested in, and that was the case with Get to Work too. There are some very nice items in there, but some of them are not very practical for everyday use, and yeah, like I said, I just haven't played with the careers that much. I played the detective career a little bit and the scientist career a little bit, but not like much, and it wasn't that interesting. So yeah, it was the first expansion, so I'm gonna get that, and I think we can all agree that they have significantly made the newer expansions better. But yeah, Get to Work is not bad. I do like some of the build and buy stuff a lot. I like the windows, I like the filing cabinets especially. And what else? There's some pretty nice plants in there as well, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But you know, it's just not as good as the other ones. Then number 5 on this list is probably a bit more of an unpopular opinion. So number 5 on my list is City Living, and I have my reasons for this. Basically, I just kind of forget that it exists, and while I do like it, I do actually use it quite a bit. I don't usually have my Sims live there, but I visit there quite often. I do like it when I use it, but I just kind of forget that it exists, and it's not my go-to world when I have someone move in, and it's just not my go-to pack overall. It has some great items, including like some of the furniture is very beautiful, and there's a lot of great paintings as well as some decor and some windows I think that are very nice. And I do like San Myshuno as a world. I like the aesthetic, but I don't like building in apartments at all. I'm just not good at it, and that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I don't love it as much as some others do. I know many people love decorating the apartments and living in them, but I prefer having my Sims live in other worlds and have them live in houses. So that's probably one of the biggest reasons. Next up at number 4 is Get Famous. So the newest one we got. Again, it's quite a good pack actually. I do really like it, and I love the build and buy mode. There's such great things there. The fame system is good, it's executed well, but it's just not the gameplay thing that I missed in game at any point. I was fine without it, and even though it is fun at times, it is not what I usually use. I've only played it like a few times, like more than just a few minutes, so it's just not really my thing in that gameplay department. And some things do quite annoy me about this pack, like the fact that you can't talk to celebrities, like they're not like real people, unless you get to know them, which is extremely hard. So things like that do annoy me a little bit. It's not like it bugs me all of the time, but when I do encounter a celebrity, they don't even have to be like really famous, but you just can't talk to them. And so yeah, that's a little bit annoying to me. But my favorite objects from this pack are definitely the build items as well as the mid-century modern style furniture pieces. I love all the windows that came with this. I love the different paintings and flowers. The flower box is amazing. I use it all of the time, and I love actually the simple like curtains that come in all wall heights, as well as this short curtain. So I think it's just a very useful pack for decorating and building, even though the gameplay isn't my favorite thing. Then after this part, it was getting really hard for me to rank the rest of these because I really love all of them, and especially having the second and third place, I was still like thinking about it, should I change it when I was about to record this video, but I have decided that number 3 in my mind is cats and dogs. Now, there's nothing wrong with this pack, like there's absolutely nothing that like super annoys me or I think is bad. It's just that I like the others even more, like a tiny bit more. But with cats and dogs, the world is amazing. Brindleton Bay is so gorgeous, it's full of life, and it has a lot of lots from very small to very big. I think it's a great world, and also to build and buy items are very beautiful. They are definitely my aesthetic, and I think there's many items there that we really needed. For example, some of those like grandma style couches and stuff like that. I really like them, and I do love that they also come in more everyday swatches. So yeah, I love those. I love all the windows and doors. They are one of the best build set I think in game, and I love just all the little pieces that we got from this. I love the lamps in this expansion, like such a tiny thing, but I always see myself using the same lamps, and most often they are from cats and dogs. I love the little cat and dog planters. They are so adorable. And one thing I use constantly from this pack is the floorings. So those 2 wooden floorings we got with this pack are just amazing, and I love them. And basically, like I said, the only reason this is number 3 is because I just like the top 2 even a little bit more, and there are some smaller things that do annoy me about this pack. It does annoy me how the stray cats and dogs are always sick, as well as the pet cats and dogs are always sick if you have a rotating play system. So if you go away from a family and you come back and they have pets, they are always sick. And going to the vet is still a little bit buggy for me, as well as running a vet. So that's something that is a little bit annoying, but overall I love how pets were made in this. I'm not like too mad that we can't control them. The only thing I do wish that we had any other animal than cats and dogs. I would have loved to see like a small bird or something, and I know someone is gonna bring up probably my first pet stuff, but I just wish that they had included that in this pack. But you know, at the time of the release of cats and dogs, I didn't think it needed that. It was more of a just an afterthought, I think, for both me and I think for the team as well. So yeah, that's why we got that stuff pack, I guess. But yeah, cats and dogs is really great, and there's nothing like bad I can say about it that would like really ruin it for me. Then the runner-up for first place, so the second best expansion pack for The Sims 4 in my opinion, is Seasons. And this is definitely the best pack for gameplay purposes. If you are a person who doesn't build and more into gameplay and cast, this is probably the way to go. This is number 2 for me because it doesn't have that much build and buy stuff, and even though I love all the gameplay items and the gameplay like things it has, I like the holidays and I like the calendar. Those can be a little bit annoying at times. I'm not really that kind of a player who plays in the same family for a longer period of time, so the calendar is often quite messed up for me because I do play rotationally, but you know, that's partly just my own problem, so I can't really blame anyone else on that. But other than that, I was going through all of these expansions in game. I was seeing what they have in build and buy mode, because like I said, that's usually the thing I base my decisions on, whether to buy a pack or not. Seasons doesn't have that much stuff, and when you're going through the catalog, you don't have that much to build with. You have some very great gameplay objects. Like I said, I absolutely love the swing set and I love the toddler pools and stuff like that we got also for family gameplay, because I think we really needed more of that. But you know, when you're just decorating, you know, a living room, the things that are there are very good. Like the couches are beautiful, but there aren't just that many of them. And that, plus the fact that there is no world, is probably why this is number 2. And it's not like I expect a world, because this is a huge expansion in of itself. Like, they had to change all of the existing worlds as well as the worlds to come after this. So I'm not a tiny bit mad that there isn't a world, but I'm just saying that it does affect this rating. Number 1 is probably a very unpopular opinion, and I know this. I have my reasons, so yeah, we can agree to disagree if you don't see where I'm coming from. But number 1, I think the best Sims 4 expansion pack for me personally is Get Together, and that would be like 90% because of the build and buy mode. It was the first expansion I got, and I still use it in pretty much all of my builds. It has such amazing items and all of them match. Everything comes in matching wood tones. There are several brown wood tones, there are several grey wood tones. It's not just like one of each, it is several. So usually you can find something to match some of those wood tones in all of the packs, and if you can't, it's most likely because of the other pack, not because of Get Together, because it has, I think, the best swatches in game. And you know, I was going through the catalog, like I said, and I was seeing if my like gut feeling was true, if Get Together had the most like build objects out of all of these expansion packs, and it does. There are 24 different windows that come with this pack, as well as 9 fences, for example. The next biggest number of fences is 5 in Get to Work, and like Cats and Dogs has 1 fence, Seasons has 1 fence, but Get Together has 9 different options, varying from very traditional to very modern. And that's what I love about this pack. It's very useful for any kinds of builds, and I love the different items. I use the windows constantly because, like I said, they usually go together with anything. There's a lot of wallpapers to choose from and some really good floors, as well as some great items for just, you know, everyday use. There's those wardrobes that you can also woohoo in, but I just always forget that they are even from a pack because I'm just so used to using them in every build. So usually when I'm doing, if I'm trying to do a base game build, Get Together is the one pack I miss the most. It also has some of the best columns in game, that one simple column we all know and love and use in every build. It has the Ivy. Not many other packs come with Ivy. I think Jungle Adventure has some, and that's it. So yeah, it just has a lot of great items, simple items that can be used in many different situations, and I just love that. Also, I don't really get why some people think that the gameplay in this pack is bad, because I have seen people say that they were really disappointed with the gameplay aspects, and while I kind of understand that it maybe was a little bit overhyped while they were marketing it, but I just feel like it gives so much in terms of build and buy. It doesn't even need that many gameplay assets, and I think the ones that do come with it are very good. I absolutely love the dancing skill, the DJ booths. What else is there? There's all these like different special lots that aren't in any other packs, and you have like the bonfires, and you can go to a rave. Your friend will just call you and invite you to hang out somewhere, and I just think that brings a lot of dimension to the game. So even though the like club system may not be the best thing, and I don't use it that much myself, I still think there's a lot of very like smaller gameplay things to get together. So yeah, that would be my number one pick for myself. But like I said, if you are more of a player type of a person, if you prefer family gameplay to building, this is probably not the pack for you. If you like building like I do, and especially if you like traditional things and you're missing like very simple basic doors and windows and columns and stuff like that, I think this is the pack to go. So yeah, I guess that was it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this ranking. You are allowed to do either, and this is just my opinion, like I said. But yeah, I thought I would share because I have noticed that many people think very differently, especially about city living and get together. So I just wanted to get this out there and see what other people think. Do you think my reasons are good? I think well, I think they are, because everyone is a different player, so everyone has their own reasons, and for me, I usually mostly look for build and buy items. Like you maybe noticed, I didn't mention like the cast items at all. I do think that the best cast items are probably from Get Famous and Seasons, but that's not such a big deal for me because I also love using cast CC, so I often don't even use the things that come in packs. But if I had to say, those were probably my favorites in terms of casts. But like I said, it's just not as important for me when it comes to purchasing a DLC. So yeah, that was it. That was my ranking. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you all very soon again. Bye bye!